Welcome back to Casual Bias Rugby, and it is Rugby World Cup game week, match week 1, whatever you want to call it. And am I excited? I'm pretty sure you are as well. In this video, we'll be looking at this match, or this weekend's games, looking at the betting odds as well. Of course, I don't endorse gambling, as I always say, but I do gamble myself, and we'll be looking at the odds, giving our official predictions for each and every game. And this is probably the most important match week of them all. It will tell us a lot about who's going through, who's going to top their groups. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with the opener, and I mean, whoo! What a game to start us off with. I mean, this is probably one of the biggest games you could put as a World Cup opener. To be fair, we're starting off with France taking on New Zealand. And, of course, my prediction has been swaying. And it's been swaying because of one factor. And that is the injuries in the French team. And you know New Zealand doesn't lose twice in a row. But I do love New Zealand. But I'm backing France to take this one, to be honest. It's nothing special. It's just because of the pure fact that it's the first game. I think the French will be up for it. The crowd will be on their feet. Even with the injuries to the likes of Intermark and Dante and stuff, I still think France will get it over the line. I think they play a lot like South Africa. They'll take a lot of the, they would have been taking notes because of the previous game that South Africa took on New Zealand, and I think they'll take the same approach, try and dominate physically, use the crowd to their benefit, if I could say it like this. I just think because it's a World Cup game, it's an opener. France have won twice in a row, I think, against New Zealand when it comes to games in France. I'm backing France to take it at a 1.99 odds. I think it's still 1.99. I screenshotted this a day ago. I'm not too sure, but I'm backing France to take this one. Therefore, also topping the group in Pool A. New Zealand to come second. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think it will be a walkover victory by any stretch of the imagination. But that's just my personal opinion. I would love New Zealand to win this game. I would prefer New Zealand to win this game. I want New Zealand to win this game. Just because it's the Southern Hemisphere versus the Northern Hemisphere. But I do back France to win this one. I'm not going by what my heart is telling me. Because I want to make you money. And therefore, I'm backing France. Last weekend, we went 7 for 7. So, stick with me. Okay? Italy, Namibia, walkover victory. Italy easily takes this one. There's no real shout there. I'll just be... I won't even bet on it. There's nothing to it. Ireland taking on Romania, the same things. I've got France, Italy, Ireland to take the first games. Then moving on to the games that are a bit closer, where there's a potential upset in the making. You got Australia versus Georgia. I'm backing Australia to take it, but not by a lot. I think this game will be very close. Throw on a sneaky little handicap on Georgia for maybe like a plus 10, plus 14. You could still get away with some good odds on that one. Georgia's physical. Just look at the way that they played against Scotland in that first half. Kept it tight for a long way through. And then at the end, it was a walkover victory for Scotland, but I think Georgia can stick it tight. Of course, I'm backing Australia to win this game, but don't bet on Australia at all. Don't throw the minuses on them. Back Georgia with a plus handicap, plus 15, 15.5, whatever, and you'll still get decent odds on that. That is my official prediction for this one, but I do have Australia to win. England versus Argentina. Big game. If England gets a victory over Argentina, it guarantees them a spot through, because I know Argentina is going through to the quarters, but England is the big one for me. Like I'm not too sure about them, like truly, but I'm backing Argentina to take this one. Of course, I like Argentina way more. You know the rivalry between South Africa and England, but England just looks like they couldn't even buy a win at the moment. It just feels like like Steve Borthwick has been betting against England the whole way through because they just look clueless. And you can't back a team that hasn't even got a win under their coach's name. I think they might have one win over Italy or something. But I mean, other than that, there's nothing to write home about or anything like that. I'm going with Argentina to beat England in their World Cup opener by 7 points. Not too far. I don't see a walkover victory by any sorts, but I'm still backing Argentina. Moving on, you got Japan and Chile. Well done to Chile for getting into this World Cup, but I mean, they won't win a game. Japan takes this one easily. I think Japan will look to put Chile to the sword nice and early. Big victory, statement win. Put the others in the group on notice. Tell them, listen, we are coming. We're not going to be a walkover victory. We're getting our team back from 2019. Of course, Japan, as I said before, they aren't the same team of 2019, but you know they like a World Cup game. They've beat us. They've beat Ireland. They enjoy World Cup. So I wouldn't be surprised if Japan somewhere along the lines gets a nice upset victory. Anyway, moving on, you've got South Africa versus Scotland, the game that a lot of people say, just because it's in fashion now to say that Scotland could pull off an upset victory. There's no chance. There's no way. Like, you could say I'm biased. Just listen to the name. It's Casual Bias Rugby. There's no way that the Scottish is pulling off the upset victory. I think South Africa is taking the dominant physical game straight to the Irish backdoor. And they're getting pumped. I think this is a statement win for South Africa to say, listen, we're not here to play around. Okay? I'm going with South Africa by at least 15 points. Now, I know people could say this is cocky. This is your typical South African. But I mean, it is cocky and it is typical South African. I don't care. This is my official prediction. We're putting them to the sword, putting their heads on spikes. South Africa to win by 15 points. That's the official prediction. Don't even throw a handicap on Scotland. I truly do believe they won't have too much of the ball for Finn Russell to pull off some magic. Of course, I respect Scotland. It's just a bit of banter. I do think they'll put up a fight against the likes of Ireland. But they're not getting close to South Africa. I just think that if they were to pull off an upset victory over teams, it would be more free-flowing teams like England or Argentina or even the likes of New Zealand, just with the style matchup. But when it comes to brute physicality, it's a different story. Moving on, we got Wales versus Fiji. Fiji, massive underdogs. Throw your money straight on them because they're winning. They are getting the victory in this game. Wales, they've just not been at the races. They've been shocking, to be honest. Of course, they got a victory over England, but I mean, that's the same as getting a victory over Chile or Romania or Uruguay or whatever. Okay, so Fiji to take this one, which is the official prediction, will be France to beat New Zealand, Italy to beat Namibia, Ireland to beat Romania, Australia to beat Georgia, but throw the handicap on Georgia. Argentina to beat England. Japan to walk over Chile. South Africa to beat Scotland. And finally, to end it all, Fiji to beat Wales. Let me know what you think. Make it an interactive video. Tell me where you agree or disagree. Couple of close games. Couple of very close games. Yeah, see you next time. Thank you.